Are you struggling to build agents that actually work? What if I told you there's an easier way to build powerful and more efficient agents using Mastra AI? In this video, we'll be diving into a quick example of how to build agents and build workflows with Mastra AI. Let's jump into it. All right, just to touch again what Mastra AI is. It is a TypeScript agent framework that's actually built wrapping the Vercel AI SDK, and it's very powerful and efficient. They've built logging and their own playground where you can actually build agents efficiently and actually test them out in a very good manner. So we'll dive into show you all that functionality now. All right, to get started, we're just going to use the npx create Mastra here at the latest. So let's jump in and do that. So again, just running the command, we're going to bare bones it here. I'm going to start. I'm going to use the example when they ask me here. That just gives me a good starting point that I can use things with. All right, we'll do source. That's fine. We want agents. We want workflows. Yes, we do want tools. We'll just use OpenAI. I will skip that for now. I'll into that later. Yes, we want examples. So jump in. Cool. Perfect. All right. So we can see here our Mastra AI has been installed. We can see in our agents here, if we click into the index, we've got the weather agent here that has access to the weather tool. And if we just jump straight to the weather tool, we can see it's very simple. It's pretty much just a weather tool with giving different output metrics, temperature, feels like, and that. And I believe this is all randomly generated or statically here, and that will give us the results. And we can also look at the workflow. So in code, this doesn't look too complicated, it's very simple, but where Mastra actually really shines is when you're actually running the dev environment. So just to have a look at that. So this is have a look. Let's go to our thing. I don't know if I was using PnPM, but I'm going to just use it anyway. Mastra AI agents aren't going to work without an OpenAI key. If you don't know how to get an OpenAI key, you just have to go to the playground of OpenAI. So it's like the platform here. Right, so you'll go in here, you'll sign in. So let me just sign into my account. I'm going to cut this off so you don't see it. All right, now you're probably just seeing my face. So I'm just going to log in. You'll be presented in with a screen like this. To get an OpenAI key, you'll just go to settings here. You'll then just go to your API keys and you'll just create a general new key here. You type in whatever you want, give it a name, you'll select the project and generate that key. You'll copy that over and you'll push that through to your project. All right, so once you've got all that sorted out, you'll just paste it in here with your new key. You'll just paste it and then your application should work from there. I've got my own key, so I'm just going to delete this and put mine in. So now that you have your API key installed, you can actually run Mastra just right off the get-go. Command is very simple. You can go pm run dev. This is going to start the Mastra server, which actually has the client UI built into it, which has the playground, which makes life a lot easier. So to access this, just click the link down here. So here we can see our weather agent and we can see our tools. We can see there's only one tool at the moment and we can see our workflows, also only one workflow. All right, let's go to the weather agent. Why is this so useful? Well, to start, we can see the instructions that we've given it on the right here. We can also, so we can ask, what capabilities do you have? And it can give us a general description of what it can do. It can give you the weather, and we know this is a weather agent and it should do a tool call to actually give us this response. The response is quite quick, so we actually don't know if it actually did a tool call. What's nice is we can actually go and see this trace to see if it actually did do what we expect. So we can go to traces here, and we can see there's a few different ones, registry, all of that. I did do a test just before this, so this is where it started. This will be the first message. What capabilities do you have? And then we can see the latest one, which is this one, which is like, give me the weather from London. We can see that on the right. So we can see this is the final response. We can see there was a tool call done, and we can also just track what was actually going down in the full log here. We've got the tool call, we've got the weather agent's response back. So we can see how all that worked and how it gave us to the final output. So we've confirmed that the AI agent did give us a response. That's great. All right. So there's also workflows. This is kind of nice. You can use workflows to also generate put agents together and generate a workflow. So for example, in my one, I said London. This is actually the one that it'll actually plan a holiday for us. So you can see here, it jumps out, it does and jumps through a lot of few steps and jumps through it. So we know it fetched the weather, but now it's planning the activities at the moment. So we're just waiting for that to finish. This shouldn't take this long. Let's just have a look in here. So it outputted our planning on the console here, not really on the playground. So that's just something to note. I've noticed this sometimes with Astra. So there we go. So we can see it did do our planning. It gave us the conditions for the, it says conditions unknown, it has the temperature, precipitation chance, and then generated a list of activities that we could do. And that was done all through that workflow, which was quite handy. So it did fetch the weather, which was pretty much like the agent that I showed before, and then it used a different activity just to plan it. All right, so this is all good. We understand generally how agents are being made in Mastro. So just to quickly summarize what that is, we're just looking at an agent here. I'm a big fan on whiteboarding, so I'm just going to go to schedule. So let's just quickly make this. We've got our agent. And what actually makes an agent? Well, an agent has two things going for it. It has tools and it has memory, mainly. So we can converse with it. And there's another thing, MCP, which I talked about yesterday, but we won't be covering that today. But essentially, what we're doing in this one is we're giving the agent a response. Oh, so what we giving the agent, we're telling the agent what its responsibilities are, its role, and we're giving it a set of tools that it can use to help perform that task. What's nice with agents is it's self-deterministic, so you actually won't get the same answer in repeated calls. So when you make one call with an agent and it hits a tool and comes back, as long as it's not like a fixed tool, the weather here, we've kind of hard coded to certain results. So it should always get that weather result and it's quite easier to manage. But if you're using a more of a creative writing style approach, the agent might actually give you a different result. But essentially, agents can then use their tools to help them perform their activities. So for let's take our weather example here. So I was sending a request down for London and give me the weather for London. And what was happening is the agent would like talk to itself and see, oh, do I actually know the weather of London right now? No, I don't. I have access to these tools here, which will actually give me to the weather of London. So it actually sends a request with a signature saying, give me the weather for London. And the tool call pretty much executes it. In our case, it's just hard coded, but you can assume that it's going to just hit a server in production. This is pretty much what it would look like. So it would actually retrieve the actual weather from an API, and then from that, return it back. And then the tool will then package it back to the agent. And the agent then would use that JSON that came back and then respond back to the user. That's like the general flow of pretty much an agent. We would also store this conversation in memory. And